Hello again, Stacy here. In this tutorial, I'll show you how using layers makes it easier to create more advanced animations by allowing you to move the image on one of the layers without having to move or redraw other parts of your image. Let's take a look. I'm going to create a new animation using the fragments that I created in a previous tutorial. To find our fragments, we'll look at the toolbar in the Media panel where it says Show Fragments. And here we can see the fragments that I've created previously. Okay, so I want to have my helicopter flying behind the mountain. I'm going to first paste my mountain onto the canvas by just selecting it, and I'll drag it down just a bit and deselect. Okay, now since I want to animate my helicopter flying in, I'm going to go down to the frames in the timeline, and I'm going to add a new frame. And on this frame, I'm going to bring in my helicopter by selecting my helicopter. Okay, so let's say we want to move the helicopter a bit. If I select it and move it around, you can see here that it affects my mountain. So I'm going to deselect that, and I'm going to undo a couple of times to get back to my mountain. Okay, so now we're going to go into our Layers panel and put our mountain and helicopter on separate layers. And you need to plan ahead just a bit for this. So we can see our base layer here, and that would be where our mountain is. And I'm going to name my layers so that I know which is which. Now I'm going to add a layer, and this layer I will call Helicopter. Great. Now with my helicopter layer highlighted here, I can paste in my helicopter. And if I select it to move it, you can see it does not interfere with the mountain. Now the only problem is I wanted my helicopter to fly behind the mountain. So you can easily rearrange your layers in the Layers panel by highlighting one of the layers, holding down your mouse button, and dragging up or down. Now we can see that the top layer here correlates to the top image on our canvas. Okay, so how am I going to animate this? I can add multiple frames, and I think I will add multiple frames with just my mountain at first. And here I'm going to make sure that I am on my helicopter layer and paste in my helicopter. Okay, now we can see that the helicopter is flying behind the mountain. I'm going to bring it in and up just a bit, and I'm going to go to my next frame, paste in my helicopter, and move it over just a bit. And deselect, and on this frame I can select my helicopter. I think I need to move it up just a bit and over. Okay, now I can also duplicate this frame a couple of times, select my helicopter, move it over, and I think I'll do that again. Select my helicopter, move it over even more. And I'm looking at my timeline to see how far over I want to move my helicopter. Okay. And I don't think I need this extra frame, so I'm going to delete that. And now let's take a look at our animation. All right, there's our helicopter flying behind the mountain. Now you give it a try. You can use as many layers and as many frames as you like. Let us know what you think, and remember to view our other tutorials and visit us at aka.ms/Expressive Pixels to find out more.